In other news, could Michael Jackson be planning a comeback right here in Las Vegas? The Review-Journal reports that Jackson was on a plane that landed at the executive terminal at McCarran last night along with his 3 children. The 48-year-old has been living in Europe for the last year and a half after he was acquitted on child molestation charges. The RJ also reports that Jack Wishna is working on a deal that would give Jackson a Celine Dion-like contract somewhere on the Las Vegas Strip.
Thousands of people move to Las Vegas every month, and usually it's no big deal. But there's one new arrival who's bound to stir up more attention than just about anyone else. So over the Christmas weekend, troubled pop superstar Michael Jackson moved into a new home here. He went on a holiday shopping spree and reportedly has now settled down as one of our city's newest full-time residents. From the Strip tonight, News 3 Steve Krupe has more on Jackson's plans for a Las Vegas comeback.
For the past 2 decades, Las Vegas has been a regular hangout for Michael Jackson, but lately he's been hiding out overseas, making no public appearances at all, until that is Christmas Eve, when he suddenly showed up here at Caesars Palace out of the blue and began doing holiday shopping with his kids. The manager of this electronics store in the Forum Shops confirms that the King of Pop was indeed here. A salesperson says Jackson's children did some shopping of their own, and then Jackson himself bought a high-definition DVD player and some laptop computers. According to Us Weekly, this is the Las Vegas home where Jackson now lives, and real estate dealer Jack Wishna, seen here posing with Donald Trump, is quoted as saying that something big is in the works for Jackson's comeback.
I think it's a great idea. I think that he's still a talented guy.
I don't know. I think he should just go away. No matter what, people are going to go pay to see him. I mean, he's a legend. That's just yeah. I mean, it's going to happen.
Jackson made headlines 3 years ago in Las Vegas when he led our cameras on a bizarre drive through the city after he was booked on child molestation charges. He was, of course, later acquitted of the crimes, and after the trial, he disappeared, reportedly spending most of his time in seclusion in Bahrain and later staying in a castle in Ireland. There have been rumors for years that various properties here on the Strip were interested in making Michael Jackson their star entertainment attraction, but his unpredictable behavior always ended up being a roadblock to any of those deals actually happening. Now it looks like 2007 may finally be the year that he puts it all together. That is the story tonight on the Strip. Steve Krupe, News 3.
Donald Trump's name has often come up as someone who might be willing to hire Michael Jackson, and Trump's new resort on the Strip opens in 2008.
So this is really kind of an exploratory mission, you deciding to get back into making music.
I never stopped.
But the music did stop, and that was Michael's final interview in 2006 in Ireland. Weeks later, he left Ireland for Vegas. He was convinced to do so by his good friend Jack Wichna. Today, for the first time since Michael's death, Wichna, the Jackson confidant that everyone wanted to interview, is finally opening up, and we have him.
What do you like about Vegas, Michael?
It was December 23rd, 2006. It was the day before Christmas Eve. And we arranged it where a private jet would pick Michael Jackson up in Dublin, Ireland, and take him directly to Las Vegas.
For a comeback that was never to be. Breaking his silence for the first time, we teamed up with Las Vegas TV station KVBC's correspondent Alicia Jacobs, as famed Vegas entertainment dealmaker Jack Wichna revealed the vision he shared with Michael.
When he came off that plane, it was the Michael Jackson of the bad tour type thing. It's the Michael Jackson that I grew up with. Honestly, never saw any drugs, never saw any intravenous or needles or anything like that. Never met any doctors around Michael.
Naming their project Rock City, Michael would be required to perform just 3 days a month. But once settled into his new home with his children and the comeback collaboration was underway, his behavior turned erratic.
As he stayed in Las Vegas, he started to get debilitated while he was here. And debilitated from a mental health standpoint, debilitated from a physical standpoint. The family started to, bother him again, his father Joe. It just started, a lot of the weirdness started to come back.
Jack says he often had to conduct damage control, especially after one night when Michael watched a fight incognito in a wheelchair.
My phone rings, and it's the Associated Press, and the person on the other end of the phone says, Jack, what do you know about Michael being in a wheelchair last night with a coat over his head and sunglasses over the coat? It's not, if you say, Michael, why did you do that? That's the way he wanted to go out. And, if he wanted to go out that way, that's the way he wanted to go out.
Eventually, Wichna came to the decision that the negative publicity surrounding Michael's antics were detrimental to the success of Rock City.
This was probably about June of 2007. And I said, Michael, I think we should shelve it. What I think we should do is put it on a shelf, come back to it when you're, and these were the words that I used, mentally, physically, and vocally capable of being part of this project.
Wichna was both right and wrong. As the world discovered from This Is It, Michael's vocals and dance moves were at the top of his game, but his drug abuse tragically sabotaged it all.
I believe Michael was troubled every single day of his life, and I believe that contributed to his untimely death.
Go big or go bust could be Jack Wichna's motto. He's credited with some of the biggest entertainment deals in history. So when Michael Jackson declined his offer in 2001, it just motivated Wichna that much more.
What Michael liked about that project was that the way I created it, he would only have to work about 3 days a month. The rest of the time it would be him and I presenting other top-name talent, rock talent that's out there.
Very exciting stuff for our city and the entire world. Now, if you want in on the action, Rock City Club officially launches right now. Head to rockcityclub.com and you could find yourself one of 12 finalists, all of whom will get a performance contract.
Well, just today I spoke with bigwigs back here at the New Frontier, and they tell me bringing in colossal star power will revolutionize entertainment here in Vegas as we know it. It could be the next big trend in Las Vegas showrooms.
Something's coming, something good.
Pushing the envelope to bring the world's brightest stars to strip marquees.
It is gonna be great.
One of the New Frontiers owners told me today it would be the largest deal ever constructed between a strip property and a solo entertainer.
It's so great to be home.
Babs, the Boss, Madonna, the Queen of the Night, and yes, even the King of Pop, all potential superstar headliners at the New Frontiers 3,000-room all-suite mega resort. Co-owner Jack Wishna says whoever the new headliner may be, their show will be the biggest and best thing on the Strip. But with Michael Jackson's molestation allegations, some have mixed feelings.
I don't really care for pop music. If they got like Tool or someone like that, I'd go.
There'll be people out here regardless. If just the name Michael Jackson, there'll be a ton of people here.
Wishna tells me unlike headliners at Wynn or MGM Mirage properties, New Frontier superstar wouldn't play second fiddle or have to compete with a brand name. They'd be creating their own brand together. And the new mega resort is already running with a $1.3 billion price tag. So how much are they willing to pay to bring big name talents right here in Vegas? Well, Jack Wishna tells me the sky's the limit. Reporting live, Jeff Yeager, Channel 13 Action News.
News coming to you from the Idol auditions here in Denver, and we've got breaking details on Michael Jackson from just 2 weeks before he died. In this E! News exclusive, the man who convinced Michael to make a comeback sheds new light on why things ended so tragically. Here's Jason Kennedy with the story.
If he didn't pass away, I think he would have really hurt himself.
The King of Pop was in no condition to perform 50 London shows. That's according to Michael's former business partner, Jack Wishna, who saw MJ just weeks before he died and is sharing his story exclusively with our Ken Baker.
Michael was a little frail. He was a little weak at times. I knew that Michael couldn't work 5 days a week.
The late singer was scheduled to kick off his 50-date This Is It tour last night at London's O2 Arena. Instead, fans flocked to the venue to honor him. But before the London deal, it was another series of shows in Vegas that grabbed Michael's interest. The Moonwalker was living in Ireland at the time and hadn't stepped in the U.S. for 18 months following his 2005 acquittal on child molestation charges.
How did you get him to move back and come to Vegas?
I said to Michael, I think it's about time that you consider coming back to America if we're going to actually do what I considered at that point in time the greatest comeback in the history of entertainment.
Michael liked the idea of headlining a show on the Vegas Strip, so in December 2006, Jack moved Michael and his children into this plush Vegas mansion.
How much money did he stand to make?
Probably somewhere close to $1 billion.
But the deal fell through for various reasons, including doubts about Michael's health. However, Jack says he saw no signs of the substance abuse others have talked about.
And I never saw him take any drugs.
With the deal off, MJ left Vegas.
Michael said, Jack, I never want to go back to Neverland. Never.
A surprising claim from Michael Jackson's former business partner, Jack Wishna.
You're telling me that Neverland would be the last place he would want to be buried?
Absolute last place on the face of the earth. I think like in the video of Thriller, he'd come back up from the grave and strangle whoever it was that said that he needs to be buried at Neverland. When Michael Jackson left America, he said he never wants to come back. He took all the mattresses, put them into one room so that he can sleep, play, jump up and down on the mattresses with the 3 kids, and they'd all be together in one room.
Wishna believes the reason behind Michael's odd sleeping arrangements were pure and innocent.
Michael was very creative, tremendously creative, on one side of his brain. On the other side, he was always 13. He was just a child at heart. He acted like a child.
How did he talk to the children?
He was very friendly with them, like another kid in the room type of thing. I never saw him discipline his children at all, but anytime that I was in their company, it was, all fun and games. It was, they loved him, he loved them. It was all good stuff.
Did the kids go to school?
Not that I know of here. I think they were like home schools, whatever. They never left the house every day to go to school.
But according to Wishna, someone else wasn't allowed in.
Joe showed up one day unannounced at the home that I rented for Michael, and Michael kept him outside the gate for 9.5 hours.